All right. Can you guys hear me okay? Is to go down. If you can hear me okay, welcome back to the Sleuth Intuition channel. Today we're going to talk about Abby and Libby's case out of Delphi. A lot of crazy stuff I've been hearing. First time I heard about this nonsense that Michael Ausbrook was spreading around was on, I think it was on X. You know, it was a private investigator who talked about it first, and then I kind of tracked it down. And we're going to talk about that. I did speak to Drew Collins today about it, and he's been looking into it. So we do have some verification. We'll hang out in the chat before we get into the meat and potatoes. What's up, CJK? Make sure you have a safe drive. Eyes on the road. She Warrior, how you doing? Frank, how you doing? Cyber Warrior, GP. What's going on with you, GP? Ziggy, good to see you. Rescue all the dogs. There's a new name, Sophie Lewis. Welcome in, Sophie. Carrie, how you doing? Been a minute. Tam B, what's up? Where you been hiding? Timmy, what's going on? Fatty, good. Your Thursday. Anthony France, my friend, how you doing? Thanks for going and checking out Shaylee's case. I appreciate that. GP's laying low. Don't blame you. What's up, Margaret? So, do you guys have any idea about when I'm referring to Michael Ausbrook and the Evansdale case? His claim is that two people that were in Delphi the Evansdale kidnapping. Yeah, nobody cares, Stephanie. These people are ridiculous. It's all about ad. Well, hopefully it's bad actors. What up? I'm is what it is. Where it comes from. What's going on, Blind? So if I have the mic closer, does that work better right there? And how's it? It's hurting your ears? Like, so is the audio still bad? I didn't do a sound check today, so usually I do a sound check. I just plugged everything in and turned it on and went. We have bad actors saying it sounds better. Tish, welcome in, says it's going in and out. Stephanie says, okay now. Timmy working out. Okay, I think I just had it a little bit too far. Too far, I think, with this little mix. I think it doesn't pick it up, doesn't register. Thanks, guys. All right, looks like all the audio issues are worked out. Thank you, Anthony, Ziggy, Tambi. What's up, Brown Eye Girl? Here, let's switch it for now. I need to come over here anyway. This is where I have all of my info on what I plan to present to you guys, which is completely ridiculous in my opinion. Thanks, bad actors. Me too. Me too. Yeah, that is a futon. We're turning the loft upstairs into a playroom for the baby, and I just brought the futon down. There was a bunch of like gymnastic mats up there for the girls, a futon, my wife's office because she works from home, and now we're going to convert it. What's up, Misbehave? Thanks, Miranda. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Right before I went live, I did tangle up my chair on some of these cables right here, and I kind of yanked one out. I wonder if that's what it was. That might have been what was going on. Kind of learn as we go. Okay, do you guys know Erica Morse? I think I heard her name a few times. Wow, thank you. Thank you for that Cash App. Thank you, Bad Actors, as well, for the donation. It's very thoughtful of you guys. I need all the support I can get. Stephanie. Oh, that crackpot with animal neglect charges. She has animal neglect charges? I didn't know that. Just charges or like a conviction? People get charged with shit all the time. False accusations and things like that. Steph, oh yeah, I remember those awful curtains. Man, it kind of looks like a hotel. Hotel curtains. Thanks, Miranda. James, what up? Yes, she's crazy. Fake investigator that's from Texas. Works for the defense. She's nuts. Well, I love Texas. Shout out to Texas. Big up, big up. I mean, I could care less what she did. I'm not interested in her as a person. I'm interested in the information that she's spewing out on Vinny. What's his name? Politan? On Court TV and things like that. He says, Mel, Cold Truth? Shout out to Cold Truth. Have to go check that out. So, what's her deal? I mean, these people, they just can't seem to get it right. I mean, is it going to be the Freemasons? Is it going to be the Odins? Or is it going to be Ron Logan? I mean, do they even care about credibility at all? Apparently, she is a private investigator that works with the Delphi defense team. Yikes. Yeah, that's not good. It's kind of fucked up. See, I love my cats. But I'm not here to judge people. I could care less. I'm not here to investigate individuals. There's a lot of shitty people out there. I'm here to deal with information. This is an information war. People without anything to say attack people, not the information. We're going to attack the information. But that is fucked up. You guys know how I feel about my animals. Sweets, what's going on with you? Ichtmel. Support with Steffa. You know what I did like, Vinny? I don't like him recently. He's really on this defense train. He's joined the cult because that's where the audience is. You know what I mean? If you want to chase clicks, you chase free Richard Allen crowd. That's where the clicks are. Honestly. CJK, why not rednecks and hillbillies? What do you mean? Well, I mean, if you say something, if you present pieces of information, I mean, that's your credibility right there. The things that you say and do, right? Two old crows. Okay. What am I looking for over there, V? There you go, Stefa. You know me, there's horrible people all over this planet. I just stay away from them, you know? I always use my crackhead analogy. You know, I don't drive downtown Phoenix and look at the homeless crackheads and jump out of my car and feel like I need to talk to them and explain to them what they're doing is wrong. They know what they're doing is wrong. And if I get involved, I'm going to get myself shanked. That's why I don't interact with these people. They're very dangerous. They're very evil, in my personal opinion. They definitely sway towards the darkness. Absolutely. And that's what today's discussion is going to be all about. What's up, Chris? Carol Baskin lookalike private detective hired by Andy Baldwin who apparently hurts cats. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Jeez. Erica Morse, Two Old Crows. Two Old Crows. Okay. You're going to have to remind me about that. All right. Without further ado, let's take a listen here.
Ausbrook, I think, blew a lot of us away.
So she's saying Michael Ausbrook blew a lot of us away with some information that he presented on a live stream.
Brooke, I think, blew a lot of us away when he mentioned on a YouTube the other night, Vinny, that according to Mike, there were 2 phones in that geofence area.
So she's just spreading lies because we're going to hear in a minute that right from Ausbrook's mouth that he never said anything about geofence. So this is how they perpetrate the bullshit. And it's very harmful because you got dumbasses like Vinny. And this is shameful on you, Barb. Watch them as she spews this bullshit. Watch how they just go, yeah, yeah, yeah. And they know it's shit information. They know it. But watch their faces.
Geofence area that also appeared in the geofence area back in Evansdale, Iowa in 2012.
No. I mean, they're just eager to eat it up. So let's see what she's talking about. Let's go to Michael Ausbrook. And apparently he went on 2 live streams. I only found the second one. Apparently went on a different one first. And then he went over here. I don't know bad actors. I don't like Vinny. I don't like the way he's been approaching the Delphi case. He's just feeding the troll farm, or I call it the troll army. It's bigger than a farm, you know, or the Richard Allen fan club or cheerleaders. So this is Michael Ausbrook on a YouTube channel that is very pro Richard Allen. I mean, she actually cried for him at one time. So let's take a look here.
Said, you know, what are the odds that 2 people in Delphi?
So this is Michael Ausbrook on a YouTube channel talking about the connection that he's discovered between Evansdale, and Delphi. He's trying to say that they have actual information that ties a phone data. I want to say pings, cell tower information, tying a phone to Evansdale, and then also tying a phone to Delphi with one individual. And then the second individual is tied by a reputable source. Reputable, I mean, for him, you got to imagine what he means by that word. Especially when he's spewing this shit, he obviously has no clue what reputable means. Because I'm sure he thinks he's reputable.
Said, what are the odds that two people in Delphi, what are the
Notice the hesitation there. I'm about to lie through my teeth.
guys, sorry, what are the odds in the two people in Delphi would have been in Evansdale in 2012?
Absolutely no proof. So think about this guy. He's supposed to be taken seriously, and he's going around spreading this shit with no care about the victims' families, re-victimizing people, spreading this kind of bullshit around carelessly with no facts. He didn't share one fact about this.
And I absolutely have information that two people were.
Absolutely have information. Okay. If you did, this would be all over the news. Law enforcement would absolutely be interested. So what he's telling you is that his source is not reputable. It's not been verified. Nothing is factual. He's just spewing pure lies. And he's spreading them too.
I have some information about the phone activity of one of them, but I didn't say anything about geofencing, and I didn't say I have any phone information.
Okay, so you don't have any phone information, and you don't have any geofence information. Okay, so what information does that leave? Well, he clears it up here.
Else
Well,
in general, I guess, how does the second person tie in?
it's a reliable source.
I don't trust his sources. Let's just put it that way. So he says it's a reliable source and some phone data that does not include geofence. So he thinks it's okay to go on multiple live streams trying to connect people that were in Delphi and people that were in Evansdale. That's extremely reckless. So we just need to go on the record that this is absolutely bullshit. And I'm pretty sure it comes from this YouTube channel. This person was on a huge campaign. They emailed me multiple times. They tagged me. I'm sure this is his reputable source. Honestly, I think this is it right here. This is a channel called Brittany Aaron. And she has a bunch of videos. Of course, you can see the free Richard Allen. Fucking sick. Delphi Evansdale connection. So they're trying to tie Elizabeth Collins to Johnny Messer. So that's what this boils down to. They're trying to put Johnny Messer in Delphi and then also in Evansdale. Well, let me ask you this. What's the point of a burner phone? The point of a burner phone is so that people don't track you or trace you or create patterns to identify you. So why are you using a phone in 2012 in a murder, and then you go ahead and do the same thing in 2017? Does that make any sense to you guys? So if he's not going to explain where the information came from, who his reputable sources, I think it's safe to say that it's absolutely bullshit, is what it is. And to go ahead and spread something like this, you're affecting two families. You're affecting the families with the Delphi case because they hear that and they're like, what the fuck? And then you're affecting everybody over there in Evansdale who lost two girls. And there's just no care about it. There's just total disregard for the way these people are feeling. Now, I understand if you had some real information that was bombshell. Well, first of all, bombshells, you drop them, right? You drop the bomb. You don't say, oh, well, I don't want to give names and I don't want to be specific. It's a reputable source. I never said geofence. That's not how you approach bombshell information. When you have bombshell information, you drop the atomic bomb and you create noise, because that would be huge. If what he's saying was factual, do you understand how huge that would be? But it's not. It's bullshit. It's more wickedness. It's people playing with lives. I mean, it's just absurd for a man that's been convicted with plenty of evidence against him. You know, this isn't like, oh my God, there's just so much out there that's showing that Richard Allen has been railroaded. Absolutely not. That is not the case. Chris, I wonder if Rick Allen knows Baldwin is embarrassing himself and making Allen look even more. I don't think Allen cares. Allen doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care. As long as his wife keeps answering his phone calls, he's good to go. That's it. That's all he cares about. Sorry, I'm just looking at an email here. Yeah, and honestly, James, I'm not looking to attack this person, like, personally. I'm here to attack the information that she's spewing and the motivation behind it. But I did talk to Drew Collins, and he was already on top of it. I reached out to him, and I spoke with him today. We had a nice conversation. He said they are fishing for anything they can do to get this guy off. It's bullshit. I've spoken with the detectives about it Tuesday. They said it's absolute nonsense. Miranda says he's a liar too. So yeah, I just wanted to talk with you guys briefly about this. Because I know everybody's thinking about it. You know, what if? You know, what if? What's up, Pipers? Yeah, and he's not really defending anybody. Like, if you have evidence or proof that somebody that was near the Delphi crime scene was near the Evansdale crime scene, that's huge. That's groundbreaking. That is bombshell. That's nuclear level Holocaust. But no, I can't talk about it. I don't want to give you names. I don't want to give any names. Of course you don't, because you don't have any names. And you know, once you give those names, these web sleuths will track it down, trace it down, and diminish it into powder. Because that's what it is. It's powder. That's all it is. And it's shameful, really. It's shameful to mention Evansdale that way, kind of using it as a tool, knowing that there's people that are hurting out there. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Now, if you had some factual information and back that up, this is a different ballgame. But we all know if you had that information, it would be released and it would be on CNN right now. It would be on every major news station live as breaking news. 2 high-profile cases that people were already suspecting might be connected. And for this guy to come out and say that he has evidence of that, I mean, that's shameful. Because, you know, if it would be headline news. Thank you, Carrie. Mustang. Thank you, guys. Bad actors, I appreciate you. I mean, it's interesting. You guys can talk about it. You guys can talk about whatever you want. You know, I'm not going to harp on it. I think it might be important to some people. To me, I already know most of these individuals are fucking crazy. Most of these YouTubers are sick people in real life. And I'm the first person to tell you not to trust anybody, especially me and especially YouTubers. You need to don't trust any of these people. And what happened with Captain Howdy? I mean, who could have saw that coming? Nobody. Miranda says Drew Collins is, yes, he is a good guy. Need law enforcement to go on Vinny and dispute this bullshit. I mean, what's going on with Vinny? I mean, why would he do that? Well, we all know, because it's about clicks, guys. Think about it. Think about how tempting it is to just go down that rabbit hole. It reminds me of an atheist preacher. You know, an atheist who's running a Christian church. He goes in there and he doesn't believe a fucking word that he says to that crowd of people that are worshiping there, because he doesn't care. He just wants to make sure that the collection plate goes around, right? Doesn't believe a word that he spews. And that's what I think of Vinny. Another atheist preacher. What's up, CJK? Add Nasty Ausbrook to the list to be sued, even though you won't get much from that low-life scumbag. See, I don't know who he is as a person. I don't care. I'm only referring to the bullshit that he's speaking right now. Absolutely. Bad actors, did you know the captain? Yes, I did. I did know him. I've known him for a very long time. For the last year, though, I haven't spoken with him. Kind of turned my back on him. And I'm telling you guys, my gut is never wrong. It's never wrong. It has never failed me yet. A year before this happened, I cut off all communication with the captain for my own personal reasons. But yes, we were good friends. We talked. He trusted me just like he trusted a lot of people. Actually, not a lot of people, probably a handful of people that he trusted. But I can tell you this, I never expected anything like this to happen. Chris says, yeah, Sleuth, I agree. They're insane. YouTube is slowly becoming a sewer of social media, and Vinnie Politan has traded his dignity for some quick YouTube bucks. Disappointing. Yeah, it is disappointing. I'm disappointed. But it's okay. They can have them. You know what I mean? There is no integrity in this, guys. There's not. You know, I'm the idiot, right? Trying to have a successful YouTube channel and not going after the clicks. I don't think that's going to work out too well for me. The only way that works out for me is if you guys help me out, if I get the support from you. But the only way to have any success on YouTube is to appeal to a certain group. And I'm not going to sacrifice who I am to do that. You know, it's like that Frank Sinatra song, you know, I did it my way. That's what I want to be able to say when it's all said and done. I was successful or I failed, but either way, I did it my way. I didn't do it to appeal for your clicks. I didn't change who I am to appease. There was no kowtowing. There was no placating. There was none of that shit. These people, especially one of the YouTubers that we showed today who actually cried over Richard Allen. Cried over it. Imagine being so engulfed in your echo chamber that you are literally crying for a convicted child killer. What's up, Firefly? Says, funny, Richard Allen has never been psychotic in jail ever after May 2022. That I don't know. That I do not know. J-Ray, my gut is always wrong. Mine's not. Mine is always, I mean, I trust it. I've always relied on my instincts. 100%. And what that means, I don't know. It could be our ancestors. It could be Jesus Christ. Could be guardian angel. I've just been in some really sticky situations, and there's always felt like there was somebody there kind of guiding me. I call it my gut, but it doesn't let me down. That situation confuses me. Gray Hughes actually called the woman he killed a monster, if you can believe that, based on rumors or not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch Gray Hughes. Ooh. Looks like the girls want in and out. She double with everything. That does sound good. Anymore. This cult is full. And when you have an audience, you're going to go speak. And the cult has definitely labeled Ausbrook as a cult leader. And remember, the cult leaders are not always part of the cult, but they love the attention. Thanks, Lisa. Hey, Deb, what up? Good to see you. Yeah, we try to refrain from that. We give any more advertisement. We just don't bring them. You guys ever played that game Bloody Mary when you were a little kid? Where you go in front of the mirror and you shut off the light and you say it 3 times and she's supposed to appear? Or, I don't know, Beetlejuice, right? You say it 3 times, you got a poltergeist right here. That's how I feel about these idiots that are on YouTube. You keep talking about them, you keep engaging with them, you're making yourself a target. And these people can be dangerous. They seem harmless, but they're not. They're really not, guys. My amateur profiling abilities have improved over the years. I can tell you right now, a lot of these motherfuckers are dangerous. You might think they're harmless, but they're not. I can see the impulsive behavior. I can just see it. The gut knows. It's that intuition. CJK says Ausbrook is irrelevant and just like kissing the backside of a nasty defense daddies. I don't know. He's got a lot of pull. He knows what he's doing. He's a very smart person. He might not be emotionally intelligent, because if he was, he wouldn't be going down that path. But the fact that he's going down that path means that he can be very, very, very dangerous. He can do a lot of harm. He has the wherewithal. He has the know-how. And he's a legal tactician. He's not somebody to take lightly. But what he's doing here is absolutely wrong, because I know where he's getting his information and it's not accurate. But he also knows that the social media cult that supports Richard Allen has listed him as one of their cult leaders. So they will worship at the altar. They will drink the Jim Jones Kool-Aid. They don't care if it has strychnine in it or not. They don't care about the truth. Because that's how cults work. You have to stay right on even keel with the vibration and the narrative, or you do get shunned. You don't join a cult for nothing, right? Hey, I didn't join this cult for nothing. I didn't join this cult just to be shunned. I'll keep my opinions to myself. I made some friends here. They like me. Hey, Carrie, I don't know how any of them sleep at night. It's awful. I know how they sleep, because they don't give a fuck. They're godless for one. That's how it all begins. That's how that path starts. They're either satanic or atheist. Most of them are satanic. They won't admit that to you, but they absolutely are. Their skin crawls when you mention the name of Jesus Christ. Their skin will absolutely crawl, and they will cringe at it. And that's why they're doing what they do. What's up, brown-eyed girl? That's their master. So when Richard Allen blows through his appeals, will these pro-Richard Allen asses finally let his happy ass rot in prison the rest of his wonderful life behind bars? No. I mean, they're still making videos about Kelsey, for God's sake. So what is this? Is Kelsey like in on it with the Freemasons? They don't even care if their story is changing all over the place, right? Odinism, Odinism, Odinism. Hey, didn't you get the memo? We're on to Ron Logan. Ron Logan, Ron Logan, Ron Logan. Hey, we're switching up. What the fuck? Which is it? But don't care. They don't care about anything. Except doing the devil's work. Bad actresses. No one is safe online, even a lot of real life. When it comes down to it, people are not predictable. No, not at all. And some people will play the long game. So you got to be cautious. There could be people in your camp that have been befriending you for 2 years, just waiting. You know, just waiting, lying in wait, like Richard Allen did on February 13th, 2017, just waiting for your bam. Hey, what's up, Typo? Do you think some of the people who immediately go case to case and assume the person on trial is innocent, is it because they root for the underdog, or is there a part of them that relates to Richard Allen? I don't think they relate to Richard Allen. I think they just have a hatred. They have a hatred for what is good. They have an unhealthy fear of the government. You know, deep down, they're anarchists. Really, they're definitely not Christians. I can tell you that. If you can point me out one of these people who support Richard Allen that is a Christian and a God-fearing person, I'll eat those words. But the two just don't go hand in hand. Same goes for Brian Koberger and people who suffer from hybristophilia. Trust me, guys, there's a pattern there. Hey, what's up, Teddy? No. Dominant attacks. I'm not here to attack the person. I'm here to attack the ideas that are being spread around with total disregard for the victims' families. CJK, integrity matters, and if you don't have that, you don't have anything that matters. Absolutely. Teddy. That's funny. All right, this will be our 15-minute warning. If you guys got anything to add, let's hear it now. I just wanted to clear the air about this information, where it possibly came from, and the fact that I did speak to Drew about it. You know, and I'm not just asking him. He went and talked to the detectives, and they said, yeah, it's absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. So I'm not just talking out of my ass like these guys are. They convince themselves they have the right to do what they do and think what they think without a second thought. Absolutely. Their first mistake is convincing themselves. Now that they've allowed themselves to be convinced, now they need to go get an army of flying monkeys, is what they call it in the psychological world. And that's all these are, flying monkeys. They go out and they do the bidding of the cult leader. Thanks, Firefly. I appreciate that. Yeah, Deb's the shit. Oh, yeah. Bad Actor says, what do you think happened to Gene Hackman and wife and dog? I'm not sure, but I'm hearing reports that they're ruling and that they are now. So I think that story is definitely what about JM? Who's JM? Is that Julie Mel? Very harmful to the case. Who claim they care about God first. You judge people by their work. We reap what we sow, and talk is cheap. We're talking about actions here. These are people that have multiple times re-victimized Abby and Libby's family without any remorse, without any real justification for it. Like, I understand if you've convinced yourself of something, but if you don't have any facts, I mean, you should never cross that line. You know, you care about Abby and Libby, that means you care about the people that love them. But these people, it's all about ego. And a lot of Christians are the most satanic out there. You know, they wear it like a mask. They're hiding in plain sight too. I mean, look at Dennis Rader. He was very involved in his church. That don't mean shit to me. Matter of fact, I stay away from churches. Thank you, Sparky. I appreciate that. What's up, Charles? It's just Charles Evil now. Evil Charles. What's going on, Deb? Yep, it's like a play plan. That's a good. Be the best in Libby, in Allen, right? There's no justice for Abby and Libby if there's no justice for Richard Allen, because he's an innocent man. He's the third victim in this crime. Do you really believe that? And then when you ask them why, they'll tell you things like, well, didn't you read the Franks memo? Are you the Odinism? No. I'm on to Ron Logan. And apparently he's a serial killer who had something to do with Evansdale. Or wait, maybe that's Johnny Messer. Oh wait, Johnny Messer is part of the Odinism thing. I can't even keep my story straight anymore. It just wasn't Richard Allen. That's all I know. That's all that matters. Poor little Ricky. And the reason they support him so much is because they know that he's guilty. That's how evil works. It's like a big mob. It's a big mob of devilish freaks. J-Ray, but caring about the victims and the people who love them doesn't necessarily mean the right man was convicted just for the sake of argument. I don't know how that's the sake of argument. I don't know what point you're trying to make, J-Ray. I don't know how attacking victims' families is helpful in any way. I don't know what one has to do with the other. There's no reason to be re-victimizing people's family members. You know, there's absolutely no excuse for that. Because the truth is, if you had any evidence that would point at a family member being involved in the crime, first of all, that should have already been presented to law enforcement. And we would all be talking about it because it would be breaking news. And we wouldn't be re-victimizing anybody because we would be reporting on one of the killers. which was proven. We wouldn't be speculating and showing pictures of Converse All-Stars, saying, oh my God, Kelsey had All-Stars. Oh, Abby had All-Stars. Something's up here, guys. So you're going to re-victimize Kelsey because she had a pair of All-Stars. Okay. Interesting. That's right. Jamie Lisso, have fun, Sparky. Be safe. Don't be a heckler. Don't do it. Don't heckle. Hey, what's going on, Sean? I found out things in the Delphi case that causes me to remain neutral in all of this. I have a theory no one else has. It's not Odinism or any cult thing. Well, I mean, we know that. It's obvious that it's not Odinism or any cult thing, unless you can provide a factual information that changes that. For me, I would need some proof. Don't worry, it's nothing personal. I wasn't attacking you. Typo says, I thought it was hilarious when Becky was sharing about how shocked Rosie was. She said she hadn't read the full Franks. Yeah, that thing's full of fucking bullshit. And people are still quoting it. Remember, in the Franks memorandum, they said that they were using yellow rope to hang the girls up. That's why there was yellow rope in one of the crime scene photos. The girls were fucking still gonna go talk. Deb says they built their lives around this case. It is sad. Not saying anyone should attack the victim's family. That's wrong either. Absolutely. And that's my point. It doesn't matter whether they think Richard Allen is innocent or guilty. My point is that you should never be attacking the family. Because if you have proof that they're involved, you should be tipping that in. And then we would all be talking about the family because it would be on the fucking news. They're saying Ron Logan was involved in Evansdale. They're trying to create this weird narrative that somebody that had something to do with the Delphi case was in Evansdale. They're trying to tie the two together. And they don't want to give any of the factual information so that we can track it down and verify it by ourselves. So they're just kind of leaving it in limbo, making you think they're referring to Johnny Messer, but they're making you allude to the fact that they're actually meaning Ron Logan. But that's who they're talking about, is Johnny Messer. And I guarantee Ausbrook isn't going to tell you who his source is. He's not going to tell you who the people are that were in Evansdale or in Delphi, because then you could go do your own investigation and break it apart like we did with the Franks memo. It took us 1 week to investigate the Franks memo. We had Patrick Westfall on, proving that half of the shit that they were saying in there was lies. After the trial, we found out a lot of information in the Franks memo was just absolutely bullshit, and you still have people leaning on it. But the moment that this Reese Davis guy comes out and starts talking about Keegan Kline and Ron Logan, no more Odinism. All you hear is crickets. Like, how do you switch so quickly? You know what I mean? Big Fish says, if you go to my channel, I think my Discord is linked, or just look for I agree. There are the same people that turn light switches on in their houses every day, but they don't demand an explanation and call conspiracy theory on that. If we have a doubt everything back to shoes, then we will never get anywhere. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. It's shameful. All right, guys, this is our 5-minute warning. So I'm going to play some of this for you guys again, just briefly, and then we'll get out of here.
When he mentioned on a YouTube the other.
So you got Erica Morse. She's a private investigator. I think she was working with the defense team. And she's referring to Michael Ausbrook going on to a live stream. And this is what she's talking about right now.
Ausbrook, I think, blew a lot of us away when he mentioned on a YouTube the other night, Vinny, that according to Mike, there were 2 phones in that geofence area.
And she's just going to spew that shit. She's not even hesitating about it. There were 2 phones in that geofence area, right? You guys following? And then you have Barb going, yeah, some good shit. That goes right along with my Ron Logan shit. And Vinny's like, yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't buy it, but yeah, he keeps spewing that shit.
That also appeared in the geofence area back in Evansdale, Iowa in 2012.
Fucking no shame. Absolutely no shame. Jerry. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I agree, Miranda. He should be ashamed. And a lot of them, they'll kind of come out and be like, well, fuck the families. We're all about justice and the truth. We'll trample on anybody to get there. But really, it's their truth, right? It's not the truth. It's their truth. There's a difference. There's a big difference. Sean says, enjoy Channel Sleuth. I have respect to all channels and respect their opinions. We all have that right. I don't think anybody has the right to re-victimize family members. You know? And I'm not going to go on some kind of tirade or say that these people are bad. But I'm not going to go around acting like it's okay and that I respect their channels. I'm not going to do that, Sean. But that's just me. That's my opinion. But if you want to go ahead and wild out Kelsey as if she's some kind of a murderer who's in cahoots with Freemasonry and Odinism, you go ahead and do your thing, man. If that's your thing, do what you got to do. If you got to look at every angle, thin his teeth. It's all about clicks, views, and donations. It's all about clicks is what it's about. I just think they should have had cast expert testify to prevent this bullshit. What's a cast expert? Mustang, exactly, Sleuth. The channels that spew misinformation do not have my respect. And I'm okay with going over information, speculating, even conspiracy theories. But when you're attacking a family member like Kelsey or the Patties, and you don't really have any information that's solid, like, how do you justify that? Like, to me, that just tells me more about you than anything. Like, I just don't think they realize that they're projecting. And also, in a way, it's kind of evil. Sean says, what makes you think I'm not law enforcement? Ooh, how about that? Catch me outside. How about that? Fishy says, phone data. What are you referring to? They have, I mean, the defense team knows what was going on. They're definitely free to talk about it now. Thank you, V. There's people out there that I don't agree with or I don't respect. I'm not going to go around attacking them or doing live streams about them or trolling them. I just completely forget about them. Like they don't exist. Because most of them are narcissistic anyway, and that's the best defense against a narcissist is zero attention. Karen Nick says, I know Richard Allen is guilty. Don't blame the families. Kelsey is innocent. Shame on who blames her. Well, and it's not only that they're blaming her, it's the reasons that they're doing it. Like she laughs weird or she acts weird during interviews or she has inconsistencies or there's a lot of bullshit with the hoodies and things like that, jackets. Like it's fucking stupid. What's up, Joe? We're about to get out of here right now. Good to see you. V says, not to mention, after hearing all those confessions, I feel like Richard Allen was strong-armed by his own family in defense. It's just all around sad. Yeah, I mean, it is a messed up situation. It's very difficult. But we know that Richard Allen suffers from dependent personality disorder. So his biggest fear is losing his wife or the connection with his wife. He doesn't give a fuck about Abby and Libby. He wouldn't have killed them if he did. He wouldn't have been trying to sexually assault 2 young kids if he gave a fuck about anything. But yet people want to go and cheerlead for him. And why? They don't even have a good reason. If you ask them why, they're going to give you a bunch of weird fucking conspiracies that aren't even based in reality. Yep, that duper's delight. But remember, it's Mike Patty that has the duper's delight, right? He's a Freemason. He keeps his hand in a V. Oh my God, I'm a Freemason. You know how many fucking Freemasons there are in the United States of America? There's Freemasons in every small town in the United States, if not the fucking world. And Kelsey's in on it with them. I mean, there's just absolutely no shame. I just want justice for Abby and Libby, but fuck her family and fuck her sister. Right? It's not what people say, it's what they do. And if they cared about Abby and Libby, not doing the fucking weird things that they're doing unless they had some solid proof. And the fact that they've allowed themselves and they convinced themselves that they do have proof and they're going around spewing it is because they're fucking evil. Like, I don't want to sound like a fucking weirdo, but that is the truth. It's very simple, guys. It's good versus evil. It really is that simple. You know, there's no spectrum here. This isn't Donnie Darko. You know, it's that simple. CJK says liars have no shame because they lack the ability to feel guilt or remorse. Local issues. A lot of these folks do suffer, and not everybody that suffers from psychopathy is some kind of madman killer. You know, they just don't have any empathy. It's all narcissism and ego. Jerry, that's what I have too. Avoidant personality disorder, and this is the reason why. You know, there's a lot of pieces of shit out there, and you guys don't need to go around engaging with all these crazy YouTubers, because if you do, you're going to make yourself a target, and that's what a lot of people act out so that people will respond, and then once you respond, boom, they got you. You know, they're trolling just like the BTK, just not on that drastic of a level, but they're trolling, and then it moves from trolling to stalking. And then once they start stalking you, then they begin to victimize you. Well, I think he cares about his marriage. I think he just cares about his wife. You know, he's dependent on her. He may not even love her. I don't even know if he can love, but he's definitely dependent on her. A lot of psychos have parasitic lifestyles. That's why they don't mind going to jail. They were always going to end up in jail because that's what they are, parasites. They live off other people. That's exactly what jail is, people living off of the system. They don't have to pay for rent. They got a bed and they got 3 meals and a 3 meals and a bed. They don't have to worry about anything. The only question is who are they going to murder before they go to jail? And that's the part that's fucked up. You're ending up in a place that you were already heading your entire life. But the only way you get there is by some horrific crime. And that's what we're dealing with, guys. Every day of our life is like a fucked up lottery. You know, which one of us, which one of our family members will be affected by one of these pieces of shit? And then when it does happen, you're going to have a whole group of online fucking evil people supporting them. And I'm not saying be closed-minded. If you have evidence or information, yeah, you need to be able to change your position. But pointing out that Abby had on Converse and that Kelsey had a different pair of Converse, and then you feel the need to show crime scene photos that aren't even clear on what kind of shoes are being worn. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do you not have any shame? Like, what is going through your mind when you do things like that? It's just pure evil. Just admit it. Just admit it. Paradox. You want to go to jail or prison? I hear you, J. Ray. All right, guys, you got anything else you would like to add? That's all I wanted to go over. I just wanted to let you guys know that I talked to Drew and that he did speak with the detectives, and, you know, it's all bullshit. And for once, you know, you have Michael Ausbrook who's like, oh, I'm not going to tell you, you know, I can't give you names. I can't give you all the information. I can't tell you how I came about this. You just need to trust me. Well, that's a fucking first, right? What's up, Presence? Paradox. Yeah, you got to do something really horrible. You know, that's the problem. It's always at the behest of somebody else. What is good versus evil isn't always about being outwardly malicious. It can also be about knowingly causing harm, disregarding others' pain, or manipulating situations purely for personal gain. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes doing nothing is an evil act. Thank you, V. Yeah, we might go live a little bit later. I just need to get some food in my belly. I really want to do an open panel. I think if we get some people calling in, you know, open the lines, that'll open the line for Michael.
Ausbrook, I think, blew a lot
Michael,
of us.
if he wants to call in. Erica Morse, if she wants to call in. You know, we will open the lines, and we'll talk about this a little bit later on today. I got a pair of Docs too. I got a pair of Dockers and a pair of Doc Martens. All right, I'm gonna hold you to that. Hopefully, we'll see Fishy there too. I know she's got something to say. She's a critical thinker. But before we go, Bad Actors, big shout out to you, Mustang, Carrie, and Sparky for sponsoring today's live stream. And for those of you who sent me a Cash App today, you know who you are. Thank you for that. Ray Frank Grycar case. No, I haven't heard of that, Sean. Here in PA, and yes, I'm investigating the Delphi case and have sat with Tony Leggett. Yeah, don't underestimate Sean. Yep, in and out. I got me a double with everything. I should have got a root beer float. Sounds good. Yeah, me too, Big Fish. Just trying to work through them. All right, guys, you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out for the live stream. All of you who donated, all of my members, all of you moderators, all you subscribers, thank you so much for supporting my channel. And I might see you a little bit later tonight. We're going to open up the phone lines if anybody wants to call in. If you guys got something to say, you know, we're going to give you the opportunity tonight. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. If not, take care of yourselves. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Peace.